It's put classroom training into practice day for Katerina. She asked us to only use her first name because though she's a civilian now, working as a border guard, she plans to become a combatant.
Why are you here?
Because I'm going to mobilize with the army, she says. In a conflict increasingly defined by drone warfare, Ukraine's military realized how urgently it needs thousands more drone pilots. So it began creating, from scratch, around the country, academies like this one in Kyiv that offer week-long basic training courses. Katerina is one of the few civilians in her 40-person class. Others were assigned by their commanders to come here, skill up, and then return to the front lines as their unit's eye in the sky.
The commander knows he needs drone departments.
This is a drone war.
Yes.
We call it the war of drones.
Anton Frolov is one of the school's instructors and an example of someone whose civilian experience, well, more like a hobby, suddenly, surprisingly, became an asset to the military.
I used to use drones during my adventures.
Adventures as a tour guide, leading trips to Guatemala, where he became a skilled drone pilot. The same type of drones he used to capture that country's natural beauty, he now trains others to fly to capture Russian positions.
What you're teaching here, did you know all of this information before the war started, or has this been learned through the course of the war?
I didn't know nothing, but every week we are getting the new information.
Information that shapes the core curriculum.
Every soldier has three main rules. The first one, to stay alive.
Right.
The second one, to finish the mission. And the third one, to bring the drone back.
It was because so many untrained pilots broke that third rule, losing the drone, that schools like this one came into being. And by the end of last year, nationwide, they trained nearly 10,000 men and women.
But even that doesn't reflect the true number of people who are learning, because many of these people are planning to go back to their units and teach others how to fly.
In parallel, Ukraine's government launched a crowd-funded effort that resulted in a drone fleet that, if flown all at once,
It would look like this.
the classes to train people how to fly these drones are being interrupted by drones. The Russian suicide drones that are destroying much of Ukraine's electrical infrastructure. That means a critical part of the curriculum, simulator training, is some weeks impossible. On a day when they did have power, I got a crack at it. And speaking as a drone pilot myself, was impressed by how realistic the controls felt. To become a good pilot, similar to airplanes, flight hours, simulated and actual, matter. A student who asked us to call him Shved arrived here with dozens of frontline flight hours.
Soldiers running away. Do they know the drone is there?
He says he recorded this video while providing air intelligence to his artillery unit in eastern Ukraine. Artillerists are gods, he says. We pass all the information we see, firstly to protect our military, and secondly to destroy the enemy.
You've already been flying drones. Why are you here?
In order to improve my skills, he says. Information is the key to success. The school is beginning to offer more advanced classes on how to fly drones like this one, shown dropping explosives on Russian troops near Bakhmut, a hotly contested eastern city. But first, pilots must master the consumer drones, which cost less than $1,000 each.
This drone can fly pretty far, but not that far.
Yeah.
Seems pretty dangerous to be doing this job.
Our enemy knows how to find us, because we are using electronic tools.
They can find the controller?
They can find our coordinates, our location, and they can target all the artillery he has. He will put on our drone operators.
Do these folks over here behind you, do they know how dangerous this is?
Yes, they know.
They know they'll soon be tested. Jason Bellini, Scripps News, Kyiv, Ukraine.